Namaste to all students. Myself JVN Dr. Khushbu Verma from Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. Today we will discuss about PCR. Basically we will discuss here about gradient PCR. What is PCR? So PCR full form is polymerase chain reaction, and basically it is a process of multiplication of DNA templates by using a thermocycler machine. So here you are watching a machine which is thermocycler. It is used for the PCR reaction, and this thermocycler is known as gradient PCR thermocycler. What is the meaning of gradient? I will let you know that. If we talk about the PCR reaction, so it have three process. First of all, denaturation, second is annealing, and third one is extinction. In the denaturation process, when DNA molecule, as you know very well that it is double stranded molecule, so first of all denaturation will be occur and both DNA strands will be separated from each other. Means their complementary strands will be separated from each other, and at very high temperature which will be 90 to 95 degree temperature. Second process is annealing process. In that process, primers which are complementary for the specific region of DNA, they will bind, they will recognize their complementary sequence within the DNA molecule, single stranded, and they will make a complementary strand along with their known sequences, and they will bind to the DNA strand, which is the mother DNA strand. They will bind to that. So in this process, this process is annealing process, and this step is basically depends on the primer melting point. Primer melting point means at which temperature primers will bind to the DNA molecule or DNA strand. So it range approximately from 40 to 60 degree temperature. This is the range, and basically it depends on how you design the primers and what primer melting temperature you decide. Generally we try to maintain a medium range of primer melting temperature, and basically we try to avoid more GC content in primers, because GC content, when they bind or they will create the complementary sequence, they have to create 3 hydrogen bonds with their complementary sequence. Means G need to bind with C along with 3 hydrogen bonds. On the other hand, if primers will have A and T sequences more, so they have to create only 2 hydrogen bonds with their complementary base. Means if there is A higher, so A will bind to their complementary base within the DNA, means T, with only 2 hydrogen bonds. So we try to create a primers having more A and T, means we have to reduce G and C content. If we are reducing the GC content, so automatically melting temperature of primer will also reduce. So we have to maintain a range of primer melting temperature within 40 to 60 degree temperature, and this melting temperature basically decide the standardization of your PCR program. And in the gradient PCR thermocycler process, we can maintain the range of all kind of a melting temperature. Means we are standardize a one protocol, but we can differentiate melting temperature. Means in one row we can put our mixture having like 50 degree melting temperature. In one well we can put 60 degree temperature melting range mixture. So we at one time we can range a different melting temperature mixtures. So basically it this is the process basically to reduce a manpower and time. So that's why this is very preferable that use gradient PCR. On the other hand, it reduces the time to consume, and now we are going to demonstrate about the PCR thermocycler. First of all, we have to switch on the light from the main plug, then we have to on. This is PCR tray. Here you can put your PCR tubes. As you can see here, this is the PCR tube which is having reaction mixture. Now you will be curious that what is the PCR reaction mixture. So basically in this PCR tube you have to put buffer, which is PCR buffer, and autoclaved distilled water, and reverse primer, forward primer, DNA template we have to use, and most important, DNA polymerase. So generally we use Taq DNA polymerase, which have been extracted from Thermus aqueous, and basically it can be maintained at very high temperature, more than 90-degree temperature. So basically we use Taq DNA polymerase for PCR reactions. So all these things we mix in this reaction mixture, and this is the PCR tube. This is different from Eppendorf tubes, and after making all reaction mixtures, like in this PCR tube we are having primer pair of melting temperature 45. So we will put it in this row, and this PCR tube is having 55-degree temperature, so we will put it in second row. That's how we can create a range of melting temperature at a one time, and then we have to close it. That's, and this is your digital screen where they will ask you all the details regarding program, and you have to create your program having 3 steps: denaturation, annealing and extension. And before the denaturation process you have to give a heat shock for your PCR reaction mixture for 5 minutes at 90-degree temperature. And after standardizing, after making a program, you have to enter and you have to save your program, and then you have to click on this start button. And after starting the program, it will take 45 minutes to 1 or 2 hours, and basically 30 to 35 cycles are enough to multiply DNA template in a enough amount. Now you will be curious that what are the cycles. So here I will explain that in one cycle 3 steps: denaturation, annealing and extension. After completion of this process, again newly formed DNA strands will again denaturize in the second cycle. That's how more and more DNA templates will created by cycle repetition. So as I told you that 30 to 35 cycles are enough to multiply DNA template. After completing of your cycles, PCR machine will give you reminder by alarming, and then you have to stop this button, and after stopping you can remove PCR tubes. Just be careful about one concept, that whenever you are just putting out PCR tubes, these are the basically PCR products, so you have to put it into ice or ice bridge. You can't put it in room temperature. Otherwise your PCR product will be denatured and your results will be damaged. So after completing of process, you have to switch off and main plug. Remember one thing also, whenever you are using PCR machine, you have to enter into the logbook and then you can start your work. Whenever you are starting the PCR machine and whenever you are ending the PCR machine, you have to note down the timing of use. So here is the sum up of this session, and this session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. If you have any query, then mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.